All right, 25 minutes good past the hour 3. Welcome back to Hot Facts at 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakorubatibor, and we're looking at the big stories of reeled out two. The first one has got to do with the political situation in the River State. The drama continues, I should say. The second one has to do with the debate about subsidy. Yeah, subsidy is back, I suppose. And the third one that I want to get into now has got to do with the National Assembly's budget of 344.4 billion naira. And according to the DailyTrust, that is higher than 15 universities' combined budgets. And you tell me you want Nigeria to develop because, I mean, think about it. We hear stuff and statements like education is the bedrock of a society. We hear stuff like knowledge is power, right? So why are we not empowering ourselves? Instead, we're jacking up the cost of legislating in Nigeria. I'm not going to sit here and say the legislators are not doing a good job or not doing enough job. I mean, making laws for Nigeria is not an easy task, I should say. I mean, I sit here in the studio and sometimes we try to talk. It's similar like making laws, and it's not easy because some of you can come hard on me, and I know some of the constituents also go hard on their representatives. So it's not easy. However, I'm wondering why the cost of legislating, the cost of running a National Assembly will be higher than 15 top federal. I don't know what the article meant by top, but let's just say 15 federal universities combined. So think Unilag, think Uniport, think the Federal University in Ile-Ife. Just think about the different universities. University of Ibadan. Think about it. All of them combined, and these are the people teaching, or these institutions are helping us condition the minds of the leaders of tomorrow. And you want development. I mean, yesterday I saw a report where the Interior Minister was complaining about how immigration would ask women who are married to travel all the way to Nigeria, irrespective of what part of Nigeria they are in, to just do a change of name on their passport. And, as hilarious as that sounds, it's a symbol. Is that the right way to put it? Is that the right way? It's an indication of the level of our current state of education. We've been struggling to jack up education to UN standards, where it's supposed to be, I think, 25% of the budget. But very easy for us, to jack up how much National Assembly should gulp in an economic year. Yeah, it's very easy for us to do that. But you see, it's not just about education. Let's just quickly read the report before I open the phone lines, because it's not just about education. We also have our health sector in some kind of shambles, I should say. And of course, I don't blame the federal government alone when it comes to education and health. It's in the concurrent, at least. Is it the concurrent? Because I think even the local government have a role to play in terms of education and health. So I think that's the what do you call it now? Residual list, something like that. Yeah. So it's in that list when you look at the Constitution. However, we're focusing on the federal government's budget. That's what we focused on. And I'm wondering why the federal government will invest in the National Assembly more than it will invest in education and health. Now, according to the article as published on DailyTrust newspaper, the federal lawmakers have increased the budget of the National Assembly from 197.93 billion naira proposed for them by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to 344.48 billion naira. The approved budget of 344.48 billion naira is higher than combined budgets of the 15 biggest federal universities across the country. The universities will be spending just, I like the article writer, the author, say just 327.8 billion naira for 2024. The National Assembly, with less than 2,000 lawmakers and staff and with fewer capital projects, will also be spending far higher than 8 teaching hospitals with over 1 million staff and student doctors. The Senate and the House of Representatives lawmakers passed the federal government budget on Saturday after increasing it from 27.5 trillion naira proposed by the president to 28.7 trillion naira, a difference of about 1.2 trillion naira. This is happening at a time when many Nigerians are enduring harsh economic pains occasioned by FG's economic reforms. Now, you should also know, as part of our conversation, that the removal of subsidy, as mentioned in the president's inaugural speech, made some of the federal universities think on whether to increase tuition fees, right? Or, school fees, whichever one is correct. And we're still arguing about that. Parents are saying, we can't pay. We can't afford it. We're thinking of what our children will eat. We're thinking of how to get the basic necessities of life, which are now, far above what we're being paid because minimum wages remain stagnant while inflation has gone up continuously. And one would think, okay, maybe the federal government would have listened to some of this argument because the president said he has heard, he continues to hear the problem or problems that we are faced with. One would have thought that the president would, focus, or the federal government. Let me not just put it on the shoulders of the president because he's got ministers and all of that. The federal government would have, focused on education, or even the lawmakers would have focused on education. However, the National Assembly needs more money. And I do not know what they need it for, so I cannot blindly criticize, and I'm not even criticizing in the first place. I'm just, pointing out and reporting what the article says. So let's get your thoughts. I'd like to get your thoughts. 0817-923-0002 is the first call number. The second call number, 0817-923-0003. For WhatsApp, you can use the number 0809-030-6416. Let's get your thoughts on some of the issues that we've reeled out on the show. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Nigerian for PH, we're active on X, Nigerian for PH, and we are live on YouTube, Nigerian for PH. Okay, Clinton is calling from Bori. Clinton, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
On this River State House of Assembly issue, I think more confusion will continue to come up. Yes. If you look, they are telling us that Edison was never speaker. Edison resigned as a speaker.
Okay.
So what those people are trying to do is to avoid any technicality in court. And Edison was very smart to resign as a speaker.
Yeah.
Because according to the court declared him speaker. And that particular this judgment has not been vacated by any court.
But you read the letter of the clerk. I think it's all over the internet. The letter said that Martin Ameule was elected and elected as speaker when the 10th Assembly was inaugurated.
Kaladao, let me remind you that this clerk have been redeployed from that particular position.
I mentioned that. So
it's not a clerk. We don't even know him.
I don't know. You know how, maybe part of the political resolution, he's also to be returned. Remember, they said all appointments. So maybe he's also to be returned. I do not know, but...
okay. The truth of the matter, the truth of the matter is that the Constitution of Nigeria, I always say, is far above any individual. It is left for the court to interpret that constitution, whether there's a lacuna, a loophole that anyone can exploit.
Okay.
That aside, talking about the National Assembly budget surpassing the budget of 15 universities put together.
Yeah.
This is appalling, and it's really unfortunate that in time where we are trying to manage the little resources we have, we are expending so much on the National Assembly. What are they even doing? What are they using this money to do? So I think it's not really a good one.
All right.
Then finally, I would say that we should forget about all these indices, talking about the PMS price, and look for ways that we can actually lower the cost of living for Nigerians. If the government is to pay subsidy for Nigerians so that we can have a better life, good. We should not be talking about the indices again. Thank you.
I mean, it brings us to the point where, we've been talking about the refineries. It brings us to the conversation on refineries. I mean, more than ever, we do need our refineries to work, including that of Dangote, I guess.
Definitely.
All right, and Clayton, thank you very much. I've got Miriam from Oak Creek. Miriam, welcome. What is on your mind? Tell me.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, greetings. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah.
Happy New Year. This is the first time we're
Oh, Happy New Year to you. Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
All right, then.
Quickly, let me start with thanks and so. Look, I want to plead with them to stop talking about this subsidy matter, honestly, because whenever they speak about it, you see that federal government just go back into their shells and then stop this subsidy. And I just want them to not talk about it because the thing the government just wants to be doing this subsidy secretly. So whenever they come out to talk about it, federal government just go back into their shells, so they should stop.
Mira, let me pause you. I forgot to mention that the NNPCL did come out to debunk that, saying that it is not paying subsidy. As a matter of fact, it is getting a full return on its, buying and selling of petroleum products, crude oil to be precise. So it is saying that it's not subsidizing petroleum products.
I understand honestly. So they should just give it any name they want to. They should just give any explanation they want to. But whatever they are doing to ensure that we don't buy fuel at the cost we're supposed to buy, please just go ahead and we can charge it anymore.
Okay.
Now, our lawmakers, there's something I want to understand. You are giving tertiary institutions an autonomy. Now, this budget is coming out now. Is it because the autonomy has been affected? That's why the budget for education has been reduced? Now, that's what I want to understand. So, in the previous budget,
no. You know how budgets are done. So the school comes out and it states what it wants to do. It submits it to the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Education would add it and submit it to the executive what do you call it now? Yeah, the Executive Council, and they would now make it as a part of the general budget. So every ministry, department, and agency will submit its individual budget. That's what makes it a whole. So that's how it's done. But what the article is trying to say is why.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I understand what you're saying, Canada. But they've given universities autonomy, federal universities,
on how to spend their money, not how to.
They've reduced. They've cut some spending. There are some things they are not supposed to be doing. Now that they have autonomy.
No, autonomy. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Autonomy does not, in my opinion, of course, I'm not the government. Autonomy does not mean the government would not, give money.
They will not be doing now.
No, that's
out of the budget.
No, I don't think so. What the autonomy has to do is payment of salaries, basically, in my opinion. I guess that, and how they use whatever money is generated. That's what the autonomy is about.
Absolutely, yeah, Canada, absolutely. Now that the universities have to pay their salaries themselves, pay their workers themselves, could it be that because they're taking out their salaries?
No, it has. Miriam.
Their salaries are attached to the budget.
No, Miriam.
It's supposed to be part of their CPA, their payment.
No, Miriam.
So it's not confusing, Canada. But it just goes to show us how much we degrade education. We don't value it because all their children are out of the country. So why not? We expect. In fact, they even tried. So my own estimation, they tried to give us this little.
I don't know, maybe, but it's just to show that we spend more on paying politicians than we do on other aspects of our lives, and I guess that's what the article was just trying to show. Oh, Steve, I'm sorry, I couldn't get to you. Alvin, I couldn't get to you as well. Keep those calls coming in. Let's see. The reflection of the budget simply, where's it now? Simply tells us that education is the least worry of the government. Don't also forget that Nigeria currently has the highest number of out-of-school children on planet Earth. We are on the path of supersonic progress, aren't we? Ben and Yewusira. It looks like we are. This one says, Asitoka from Ubumini, greetings, my Canada. I don't want to join issues with you today. Please, where's our refinery that you've been battling with us from this side, asking what if it works? I mean, there's still time. I'm not giving up hope. You see, Asitoka, this is the reason why we must have faith and hope and pray. Remember, we've had several people come up this year to say, pray for Tinubu, pray for Nigeria, pray. So this is the time for us to pray. To pray the refinery works. All right, let's move on now. Let's look at all the messages there. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. KDV. Nigeria cannot survive with this presidential system of government. The earlier we have a rethink about this system of government, the better for us in this country. Comrade Oyibo Prosper. So what system are you preferring then? Are you suggesting? This one says, the drama in River State will not end soon, and I pity the governor because he may lose more supporters if he doesn't apply wisdom by sticking to the elders and stakeholders' decision and jettison the so-called Abuja resolution, which will never favor him. Nicholas Erasmus with that one. I've got Avalanche. I hope I pronounced your name well. Avalanche. Is it Avalanche? Okay, let's go there from Iribe.
Hello, Canada. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yes, I'm interested in the national budget that our lawmakers have done what they know.
Okay.
No, they have started again. Sometime during Buhari time or Goodluck time, they were saying budget padding.
Oh, okay.
Now they have started with that system. What on earth is the National Assembly working to have against the institutions that should train Nigerians to become what they are? It's really unfortunate because I don't know why Nigerian citizens are this way. That they cannot take up to defend themselves and say, no, this is too much. How can few number of persons that are not put in, including the states and national, they are not up to 2 million. Yet against 200 and something million Nigerians. What a kind of wickedness is this? What have we done to them? Now, tell me about what they're doing. If given autonomy to the universities, do you think your child and my child can go to school anymore?
No, they still will fund. I don't think they'll stop funding the universities. They still will fund the universities. But I just feel like the universities will have more control as to how they spend their funds.
Yeah. I'm telling you, no matter how they will have to fund, the tuition fees will skyrocket that you and I will not be able to pay for our children anymore.
Okay.
So, I don't know. To me, I will have to begin to call on Nigerians. Let us sit up against these people. Is it when
you say sit up against these people, what do you mean? What do you mean by sit up against?
I mean protest. Let us over the nation. It is too much.
What are you protesting against? What is that?
What we are protesting totally against the government of the nation.
Okay. All
that is it.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got Gift from Yenegua. Gift, welcome. What is on your mind?
Man of the people, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Gift.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
Right.
Let me address this issue of the class of the house. We addressed that matter very well. But there was a day I was having some action duty on air. I don't know if you have gone through the Nigerian Constitution and the power of intervention of the state assembly. Not even the head of service or the president or the governor or the state government. None of them has the power. It is only the speaker that has the power to transfer. That is the law. to that very magic that they were coming up with. People are talking about constitution. Even senior lawyers, people that are professors and all the rest, just because you are sentimental, you don't want to talk about the law. I must not be a lawyer or a professor of law for me to understand the Nigerian constitution. Nobody has the power to do that except the speaker. That is the law. I have gone through it. That is the truth. Even Philip or Goodluck or any of them cannot do that. So that man remains there. You cannot do that. So what is telling you through that letter is the authentic information. Edison Ehie never for once was elected either a speaker who removed the Martin Sabulu. They wait for it to elect. What was the governor carried out the proclamation of the house? But elect, who removed the Martin Sabulu? You want to come to LPG, you must show clean hands. It is not about sentiment, but the law. That is why the telling people, I said, this is the act of criminality. Please, today, forget about running away for you to resign or for you to vacate the house on your own. You should remain there and test the law from the lower top to the higher top. I am telling you, there is a law in the house that if you claim what you are not, that you find yourself in prison. This young man is only citing constitution as far as I'm concerned. Who is giving him a speaker? We went to court to get an order that for 7 days, a speaker of my view. Even that very judge that did that actual job, as far as I'm concerned, not really very time. Actual job. You don't have that right to do what you do.
All right. Thank you very much, Gabe. Thank you for your time. Prince from Bori, welcome. What is on your mind? Yeah, welcome.
The National Assembly raising their budget. That is what they are known for. They just want to fly around, enjoy themselves, buy new cars, build new houses. They don't care about the masses, the suffering masses. That is their sole purpose of going there. So they should keep doing it while we suffer. These are great countries. We thank God that we will not die.
All right.
Nigerians will not die in their home. In the case of the clerk saying that Edison has never been the speaker of the River State of Assembly, I don't know why civil servants want to dive. They will dive into politics, into things that are not in their role. There is no other law that supersedes the Constitution. The Constitution is explicit on that matter. Once any lawmaker defects from this party, original party that brings him into power, he is no longer an assembly member. The Constitution states that because there is no division in EDP national. There is no division. There is no two. There is no party.
Are you sure there is no? Are you sure there is no division?
There is no two chairman. There is no division. There is no two party chairman as the national.
Okay.
We have only one. We have only one party chairman as the PDP chairman. So there is no division in the party. So what is class is saying is just going to split the state matter. But I'm not saying state matter. A state matter, of course, he wants to enslave himself, so he should continue to be a slave.
All right.
Thank you.
Prince, thank you very much for your time. Moving on, Frank D-Line. Frank from D-Line, welcome. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Canada.
Good afternoon.
Let me react on the attitude of the speakership puzzle. Let me know the particular track that Sir Edison is not a speaker before I react. Which one among them?
Sorry, what do you mean by which one among them?
I want to know the particular track because for now
let's just go with the clerk, please. I don't want to go into that debate. The clerk of the River State House of Assembly. There is the debate about that. I mentioned it already.
That one is the one. Let me cut it off. I never regard Edison Ehie as a speaker. The reason is this: we have 32 House of Assembly lawmakers, and there's no way only 4 we will form a quorum for them to have everything to emerge as a speaker. And decide the matter is in court. And the final court to decide this thing is a Supreme Court. People are not saying because these people have defected, they should maintain their seat. If they have defected, the law says if you defect without no crisis, and the Supreme Court or the court never argue whether the EDP and they never argue it whether these people defected without no crisis. And people decided to call him to the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. They should have allowed court and PDP and with them for them to decide.
Okay, so Frank, I think I'm tired of explaining this, but I'm going to do it one more time. So the Constitution is clear. It says when these people defect, automatically they have vacated their seats, except there is a division in the party. And the party. Wait. Let me finish. Let me finish, Frank. Frank, let me finish. And the party goes into a merger. Now, when it happens, if the speaker is among those people who have, in the absence of the speaker and the deputy speaker, the remaining people will choose a speaker amongst them. Will choose someone amongst them who will lead to declare those seats vacant. Now, when that is done is when you can go to court, because it's a constitutional matter. The process must happen. That you can go to court and argue whether the process was done in the right way or not. It's just like an impeachment process. When you do the impeachment, you then go to court, or better still, you can ask for an interim order restraining parties not to do it, asking the court if the process is right and if you have done anything as misconduct or gross misconduct. That's how it's done. You don't stop the process from happening. That's what I'm trying to explain to you now.
Okay, Canada, let me come in. According to what you are narrating, the people that defected, according to Constitution, we are quoting Constitution, all of us, not only me. That if you say there is crisis, you have every right to defect to any political party if there is crisis in your party. Before they will declare a seat vacant, that is where I'm hearing upon. I'm not talking about they should not declare their seat vacant.
There is no, the Constitution did not, PDP. Frank, I don't want to argue. All right, thank you very much, Frank. Okay.
That is my point.
All right, thank you very much, Frank. I think we've been going back and forth on this. I'm just going to keep quiet on that one. Mufasa from NTA Road, welcome on the show. What is on your mind?
Yeah, hi, Kalada.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, for me, I think these issues are very, very clear. I mean, first of all, the Emeka Amadi, who, calls himself the clerk of the house, I thought he has been redeployed to another agency of government.
We're not going to go into that argument. There is an argument.
No, but I think we should learn to respect, institutions, because we are clamoring for a Nigeria.
Mufasa.
Strong institutions are not strong individuals. I can hear you, Kalada.
I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot categorically say. Wait, I'm going somewhere. I'm not a lawyer.
The appointing authority.
Now there is the argument. That's where I'm going to, Mufasa. There is the argument that the head of service does not have the right. I think I stated it when I started. There are arguments that the head of service does not have the right to redeploy a clerk of the River State House of Assembly, except the speaker. So that's where the argument is. I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot dabble into that. I'm just reporting.
I just hope that these, so-called strong men don't throw state into chaos, because by the time people begin to see certain things as their birthright and do things the way they like, that for me is a recipe for disaster. But that's by the way. You see, I want to also believe that Right Honorable Edison Ehie, now he has resigned membership of the House, did not just assume the position of speakership as at the time he was speaker.
Okay.
He was elected by members of the House who were not, part of that Martin Samuel faction, because there was a division in the House. And this group said that matter led to a litigation. People went to court. And the last of the court pronouncement that said that Edison should be respected and recognized as Speaker of the House. That judicial pronouncement was not vacated by any appellate court.
All right.
What we hear was that the Magistrate group went to a court of coordinate jurisdiction in Abuja and also procured a court. So for me, I think, you see, until we get a proper interpretation, about this matter, let us just, I don't know, but for me, the man has said that he has resigned membership of the House. We should allow the man to be. This is a man that took for justice at a time when some assembly members went to the assembly complex in the wee hours of the day to commence an impeachment proceedings against a governor who is still asking, what is my offense?
All right, then. All right. Thank you very much, Mufasa. I've got to go. I don't have enough time anymore.
Have a nice day,
all right, thank you very much. Steve from Port Harcourt, quickly.
Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, quickly, please.
My name is Steve from Port Harcourt. Canada, you know what? I'm so glad that you are not emotional of what's happening to the state, because some of their colleagues have been so emotional.
I'm not a part. I'm not.
This things happening in River State. I'm very glad that you're not part of that.
I don't know what you mean by that, but let's. We don't have enough time. Let's go straight to the point.
Let's go ahead. What I'm saying is that what is happening, what is unfolding every day in the state is for the good of this state, because the general awareness happening now wasn't like that before.
Okay.
That makes everybody to contribute to the government of the state.
Okay.
Those who are idle, those who are sitting on the fence, we have a state like this called River State. Please, let me see what I can do to contribute to the state.
Assembly members, a group of hustlers out there to exploit Nigerians instead of lawmakers. These are former governors and political businessmen. Fidelis John Ugo says, good afternoon, my brother Canada. I stand to be corrected. There is no country that removes something that they have constant of law and ordinary that can serve the nation. Over 99% of petroleum products. Generate power. Removing subsidy was a mistake because it affects the masses while they use public money to enjoy it. Sometimes I don't maybe because I'm yet to see any factory built by any leader. Let me just stop here because I am very angry with our leaders. Fidelis Unwogo from the messages in on what US. Since one thing the government makes the stepping is it a subsidy not so much as step before is it the same government no direction just running and declaring as now quickly is incompetent at highest level, and we should let government say so. No, so as said before that in political space and university will not go let some doctors of real estate who still have their conscience alive, not necessarily the learned people, rise up to save the soul of their state by aligning themselves with the land. It is that the learned people have the people and themselves as they appear to have been compromised, ostensibly because they could not reject gifts from the positions the way Dana rejected the meal of the kings and remain clean and say the truth, come rain, come shine. I've got to go. It's time for the business news. So many other messages. I wish I can read them, but there's not enough time to stay tuned.